Hello there, Big Benedict here. We're playing Uncharted 1 on brutal difficulty. This is chapter 6 of 22. It is entitled Unlocking the Past. So are you guys ready for some bullshit? Well, let's get underway right now. Although it's not that bad when you think about it, because I've got some ways out of it for you. So the first thing that we're gonna do is try to shoot. Well, excuse me, not shoot, but throw some nades over at those two enemies over there. And they back you into a corner over here. You're like a rat trapped in a cage. So the best thing to do is to just hang back here, swap your shoulders out so that you're aiming to the left, and then take that last guy out. And then until you get the next set of enemies, there's going to be two more guys up here. This guy is right over here every single time. And then after you take this guy down, what I would recommend is to come out here, stand behind this piece of cover, and throw a grenade right about there. This took me 30 minutes to do, and every time that I threw a grenade up there, I killed the enemy. I don't even bother to look because I know he's dead. So the next spawn occurs when you get up to about that part of the stairs. So you want to hug the side of the castle over here, and we're gonna come back in here and get some grenades. Now, there are 3 enemies remaining until you get your checkpoint. The first enemy, he tends to hang about right around these stacks over here. You'll see him. It's this guy here. I was under the illusion that there was just 2 guys, but I believe there's 3 guys. So if you just come back over here, you're safe from the enemy that's, do you see that enemy right there? You're safe from him, but there may be another enemy up and to the right. In fact, I'm almost sure that there is. So with him dead now, yeah, there's this guy here. So you would want to be very careful if you were standing in that piece of cover that I was just at, because this guy will be able to hit you. And I could have killed this guy with the grenade that I threw, but it was a bad throw for some reason. It didn't look like a bad throw. I'm not sure why it didn't make it up there. But anyway, now I'm getting a little bit irritated, so I'm gonna rush him. And that's how to do that section. It's a very challenging section. It really is. And again, after I had killed all these enemies, I paused my game, came back a little bit while later, and then I was looking around for all of my ammo that the enemies had dropped, and every piece of ammunition except for the shotgun down there where the 2 grenades were had vanished. So again, vanishing ammunition. It's kind of ridiculous, but you know, live and learn, I guess. I'm gonna have to learn. I'm gonna have to learn my lesson. So I'm gonna charge this last guy and just put him down. But that fight is very difficult. Alright, so now that we've got robbed of some ammunition, we're going to do our little jump for joy right there, and now we're going to be doing some platforming. So, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update about what's coming onto the channel very briefly. This is January of 2018, it's a brand new year, and just to let you know, this month will be the month of Uncharted 1. February next month will be the month of Uncharted 2. Excuse me. And then March will be the month of Uncharted 3. And there's also going to be one more title. But I just wanted to let you know that the second Uncharted is by far the best. It's just an amazing game, and I cannot wait to play it again. But I did something this time on this chapter that I didn't even think about doing last time, and that is to say, to go back to where the shotgun area was with those grenades and refill on your grenades. So before you start your mantling again, come back over here and pick up the 2 grenades. So then that way you can start the fight with potentially 4 grenades, the fight that we're going to do next. But also in March, at the end of March, as long as the game that I'm going to say in a minute doesn't get delayed, I will be covering the new God of War. So look forward to that. I've just pre-ordered it. I picked up Nier Automata or automata, however you say that. And I was so dissatisfied with it that I asked PlayStation for a refund, and as a one-time act of goodwill, they returned my money to me. It's amazing how a game that old, Nier, can still be $59.99. Even on Steam, it's the same price, $59.99. So I was able to get my money refunded, and they put it back in my virtual wallet, and I just pre-ordered God of War, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if it's the type of a game that's going to need a guide, but I'm definitely I'm curious about it for one thing. So the next fight isn't really too bad either. I perfectly understand if you guys are really having trouble with brutal difficulty, because I myself had a tremendous amount of difficulty when I first did it. I didn't think, I did not think at all that I could be able to do it. So anyway, once you have possession of the key, just come on over here, open the door. I've also found a way to eliminate those little black blips in between the clips that you may have noticed in the past. Every time I've been putting clips together in Sony Vegas, in between clips there's oftentimes a little black blip, a single black frame that disrupts the footage somewhat. If you're looking at it, it disrupts when I look at it. So I did find out a way to completely eliminate that, so you will not see any more single black frames in between clips ever, unless I accidentally don't do it. But I did find out a way to eliminate that. I didn't have to ask anybody, I just kind of figured it out, and it was annoying. I've always hated that, and now it's gone for good. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but there may be a few people that do. So good riddance to that, because I always hated that. Oh, okay. So now this fight, you're gonna go up a little bit at the beginning of the fight, pass over the tripwire point. There's going to be one guy firing on a turret. On crushing difficulty, you can make it up to where the grenade launcher is and eliminate the guy behind the turret. But on brutal difficulty, your chances of getting over to that piece of cover where the grenade launcher is, the grenade launcher has one round in it. I think it's the only time a grenade launcher has just one round. They usually have 3 in them. But on brutal difficulty, your chances of getting over there are pretty much slim to nil. So the best thing to do is just hang back here and take care of anybody who charges you. You'll probably have about 3 to 4 people who charge you, and then the rest of the enemies can just be picked off from behind the safety of this piece of cover. And then once everybody is dead, then you can make it to the piece of cover. Now, in case you're curious, and in case you're wondering, why can't you make it over to that piece of cover, and why can you make it if there's a guy shooting at you with the turret? Well, the answer to that is he stops firing at some point, but the problem is that all the other enemies shooting at you. So the only way you can make it up to where the grenade launcher is to eliminate every other enemy pretty much, and then you just wait until there's a cessation of his turret fire. Then you can make it over there. You might be able to throw a grenade up there, I'm not sure. He is pretty far away, so I don't know if that would work. So all you need to do here is just wait until he stops firing and then roll into cover. See that? You can't do that on the other Uncharted's. I have no idea why they removed that. It's so silly that they did that. So anyway, just aim carefully over here, and you don't need to be too particularly accurate, but at least try to aim in the general vicinity of that. There's a magnum over here if you want to pick that up. But we're going to go directly to the wench over here and open up the gate. So just remember to take a survey of the environment, pick up what you want, ignore what you don't, And then as you come up these stairs, you're going to get a checkpoint. There's a guy that you can hit from over here. He sees you a lot of the times before you even try to shoot him. There's a sass over here. Is that a sass? No, I think the sass is something you get later. The sass is the other shotgun that you get later in the game. I'm not sure what this shotgun's called, but there's going to be a whole host of guys down here. 2 guys with shotguns will try to approach you. And I want this guide to be the very best guide on YouTube. And I know that sounds a little bit vain, doesn't it? But I really have just a passion for this game. I mean, you know, I'm sorry if I play the same games over and over, guys, but it's pretty telling when a game like this, as old as it is, like a decade old, it's over a decade old, how a game like this that's so old can put modern games to absolute shame. You know, it's pretty sad. Look at that foliage once again impeding my and obstructing my view of the grounds over here. There's a rare headshot for that heavy. He may have had some damage off of him, I'm not sure. But anyway, as you approach the end of the hallway over here, there's going to be 2 more guys. The next section can be completely skipped if you don't want to do it. I will not be skipping any fights on any of these Uncharted games because I don't believe in it. So if you would rather not do this turret section, you can just run past it and go down the stairs and proceed on over to the next section. It's not really hard. There's only one point where you have to jump off the turret. It's around about this point over here. There's going to be one guy on one of the upper areas to the left, the guy that just shot at me. So just take him down, and he's the only person that will give you any problem and force you to get off of the turret. It's not difficult. This really isn't. The next section is probably one of the hardest sections in the game. It's absolute misery. So if you don't know what it is, don't worry. You'll see it in the next video. Is that it? Looks like it's more or less it. So again, if you don't want to do it, you can just run down here. Nothing's stopping you from doing it. And now there's going to be a table that you need to investigate. There's an AK-47 leaning against it, and there's a point of interest on it. And I'm not going to be editing out anything such as this sort of a scene where it's not skippable. I only edit out scenes that are skippable. But anyway, once you are through with this part, you're going to hear the gate crashing open, and there's going to be a shotgunner attempting to kill you. Unfortunately, if he puts you down, you've got to watch this every time. So, you know me, I'm going to rush him. And I'm going to probably, if I remember correctly, I'm going to fail the brutal combo. Yeah, what is it with that fucking brutal combo? I can't do it. I just cannot do that goddamn combo. It's wise to get that shotgun too. They're going to reset your ammunition on the chapter that follows the next one. The next chapter is just an on-rail section. The chapter after that, I believe they just reset your ammo. But this part over here, like I said, you would benefit from a shotgun because it's a close quarters fight. There's 2 guys to the left and 1 over here to the right. And I'm not sure if they reset your grenades either. But one more guy left, so I'm gonna try to rush him if I can. And as you'll see, I again fail the brutal combo. It's not as easy as just pressing square, triangle, square either. There's a certain rhythm that you have to fall into. See, I got it the second time. Nope, missed it twice. Missed it 3 times. There it is. I got it that time. But there's a certain, like I said, a rhythm to it that you have have to be very familiar with it. But that's it for Chapter 6. Chapter 6 is very tough.
Where'd she go?
And I just want to again thanks everybody for being so patient and for following the guide. I realized that since I've since we moved back to California, I've been doing a lot of Redux projects. It's one of the reasons I'm doing it too is because I've got just an absolutely fantastic capture card in my PC. It's the Elgato HD60 Pro. Retails for about $200. I think I got it for $150. It's worth the $200 though. It's a fantastic capture card, and that's about it though. And the nice thing about it is it allows capturing in 60 frames per second too. You can toggle it on and off, and you can truly see the difference. And this game is it's verified to be on 1080p 60 too, because it tells you what it's running, the capture card does. But that looks like a wrap over here. After this, we're going to be imprisoned. We're going to get a rescue by Elena. Good old Elena coming to the rescue. And then only God and luck is going to rescue us from the next chapter, guys. I swear to God, it's fucking difficult. Thank you very much for watching my guide. Thank you once more for your continued patronage, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.